What's up, YouTube? TWS_DK here, back again, another video. I watched Fantastic Four, First Steps, in theaters, IMAX 3D with my grandpa. Got home about like 2 hours ago. Showered. Obviously, had to get everything to put this video together, and so yeah. Fantastic Four, First Steps. Let's get right into it. So, movie starts on Earth 828. And that number is significant because that's Jack Kirby's birthday, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he starts off in the Baxter Building with Reed and Sue, and Reed is like looking for some iodine or something, something iodine, and he's like, "Hey yo, where's the iodine? Hey, you need to come out or something." And so Sue was like, "All right, give me 12 seconds." It's like, "All right, 12 seconds. That is extremely specific." And then she gives him the iodine that she hid, and then she also takes out a pregnancy test, which obviously it's not our pregnancy test looking because it's a different Earth, different world, obviously MCU. So yeah, and she's pregnant. Obviously, we already know this, and they kiss, whatever, they talk, and then we see like a the freaking like a voiceover scene, like telling us how they got their powers, like what happened. Oh, they went to space. We all know this. And then there's like a good bit of sequence showing like all the villains. Well, not all the villains because they cut out Red Ghost, but like they don't show Red Ghost, but they mention him. Like all the villains that they have like fought over the years, and like they highlight each member of the Fantastic Four. They show them fighting Gargantua. Is that his name? Gargantua something. And they obviously defeat him. And then they show them like being heroic in their own way. They show Johnny going to stop a fire as he absorbs all the fire, and all the work just like gives him a thumbs up. They show like kind of show of like the Mole Man. Mole Man is like later in the movie. They show the Mole Man trying to steal a building, and as we can see by the outfit, by the uniform that the Thing is wearing, that it's like a different, it's like an old, whatever. There's like set photos of like whatever. I'm pretty sure that's like the cut content with Red Ghost, and then they say even they defeated the super apes of Red Ghost or whatever, and they show like the super apes. Everyone was calling this ape Maurice from Planet of the Apes, and then they show Reed talking to a group of children in a school, talk about like how like there's actually proof of like multiple Earths and multiple multiverse, whatever. And obviously we already know that, but they're like figuring out, and like he's like figuring out whatever. And then they cut to Sue, and like they formed the Future Foundation, right? And I'll get to that in later on. They formed the Future Foundation, like everyone's there except Latveria. When they showed Latveria, I was like, oh shoot, bro, I was getting hyped. I was like, oh bro, they gotta show Doctor Doom at some point. We'll also get to that later on. Um, Obviously, this all spoilers. So we cut to the scene that's like pretty advertised with like the kitchen scene of like all the people, of Johnny, of the Fantastic Four, and Herbie and all that, like cooking. And then like obviously we've seen this scene in the trailers as well. It's like, you're late for dinner. Like, what do you mean? Only by a couple minutes. And then the Thing, Ben, figures out, are you pregnant? It's like, yeah, and it's like, you're going to be the best mom in the world. Man, the human, bro, all these characters are so well casted. I'm so glad we got this cast and not the cast of the fan cast that everyone wanted. John Krasinski, all these people. It was like, I'm good it was these people, these actors. And then we find out, so the world finds out that Sue's pregnant, and like there have been like the anchors like, hey yo, they're actively, preparing for the baby. We see Reed baby proofing all the light, like all the plugins, all the outlets, all the counters, making sure there's no knives out, just being prepared. Uh, yeah, and then we see like this device thingy that he has. I could. Oh man, shoot, I kind of forgot. But it's like supposed to be for the baby. Yeah, it's supposed to be for the baby, just like monitoring the heart, like the whatever, make sure he's normal, because like he's like, what if the baby's born with like superpowers? One of the news anchors say, and it's like everything is gonna be all right. And then and then we see this. Reed gets a signal from outer space, which we all know what it is by the end. It is a. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. Then we see them, trying to. Reed has like this prototype, trying to, like this teleporter thing that is a plot point later. He teleports this egg, and the lights go out. And it's like, hey, yo, go get the breaker. It was a pretty funny scene. It's pretty good. And then we see the, Herbie, carving a pumpkin or whatever, because it's like kind of like Halloween time. Like it's October here because it's obviously been 9 months, from the time that Sue found out. Around like 8 9 months. They're having a good old time, and so Reed has like these like police officers, like these police forces go into different locations because he found out like where like villains are hiding or whatever. Baby proof in the city because he does not want the baby to be born in a obviously supervillain world. And we see the arrival of the Silver Surfer, Shallow Ball, Ball anyways. Um, um, so yeah, we see the arrival of Shallow Ball, and it's like, I am the herald of Galactus. Your Earth has been marked for death. Now, obviously, there were signs and symbols in this movie. I'll get to later, but there wasn't one that I got. There was like this like one eye symbol. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. I love eyes. I love eyes. And then after the Silver Surfer, I'll just call it Silver Surfer flies off. Johnny chases after her, and she says something in her native tongue, which is like "die with yours" or like blessing or whatever, which we'll also get to later. And he falls, and like he's like, "Hey yo, bruh, she spoke to me." Like, what do you mean she spoke to you? And then Reed has like also was like looking for like the certain like energy signatures from whatever, and like the galactic stuff, and he finds out like these like planets that obviously not planets anymore because Galactus ate them all. And then come to find out like all those like there's like these the tape recordings because like he recorded like the messages from outer space. He finds out that it was also like in the native tongue of the Silver Surfer, and later he like there's like a scene where like he like you know he like learns the language, and like he speaks to the Silver Surfer. We'll also get to that later. And so they go off, they fly off to Galactus, and they have like this whole scene, like a whole scene, a good like 5 10 minute, a 5 7 minute scene of them talking to Galactus, and he's like say, "I will spill your Earth. I want the baby. Give me the baby, Sue." Obviously, he doesn't say that, but obviously that I'll just give it on my own spin. And I was it was kind of confusing for me a little bit in the scene because he like looks at Sue, and like I guess he like forcefully like puts her in labor, but like she was like about to pop anyway. It's like, it's a baby. And so they take Sue back to the ship, and like Johnny and Silver Surfer like fight a little bit, and then he gets him. The thing picks him up, puts him in the ship because like his oxygen is like too low because obviously flame on, and like he has a spacesuit on, he can't breathe. Yeah. So they're in the spaceship. They're flying, and this space scene was freaking amazing. The visuals, everything. The like how they traveled, like space traveled and stuff. It's like so. It reminded me a lot of Interstellar, and that's bro. Like this part, like right here where they're bro. It looks like a scene from Interstellar is also like the black hole scene as well, bro. Bro. This scene was amazing, bro. You could say it was fantastic. Okay, I'll stop. So that scene happens. They come back to Earth. Obviously, we've seen this in the trailers as well, saying, "What does he want? He wants the baby." But we said no. It's like, what do you mean no? One child, like one life is like everyone like basically turns on the Fantastic Four, and there's like some cult of Galactus that forms. And then Silver Surfer comes back because she's like trapped in the black hole, and it took her a month. So like when they got back, they have like a month, and like however long it takes him to to approach Earth to like prepare. I'll get that to a little bit. And so Reed is like, "Hey, yo, I don't know. I have no clue what's gonna happen, bro. I got nothing." So Sue takes the baby out, and there's like protesters outside the Baxter building, and she has like this whole like story about how her and Johnny's like mother died in a crash. Her father tried to like help as much as he could, and she was like, I will not trade this baby for the world, and I will not trade the world for this baby. Basically saying, I'm not going to give up my baby to save y'all, but I am not going. I'm gonna protect y'all as long as protect my baby, basically. And like she said something like moving heaven and earth about like her mother or dad like said that to her, and Reed has an epiphany. I was like, oh shoot, he just found out the thing. And so like his little like teleporter device thing, it like takes up a lot of energy, a lot of like electrical stuff, and so he's like, hey yo, everyone, y'all gotta turn off your lights after a certain point. And, we're getting there soon, curfew, please stay, yeah, please stay. Anyways, so basically, there's a scene like the game plan. Um, Oh shoot, I put them in the wrong order. Oh well. So basically, they're about to like they turn every single one on. They're about to like do the whatever, but like Silver Surfer knocks out one of them. She goes to another one. She knocks out every single one in the entire world except for the one by the Baxter Building in New York. And as soon as she was about to do that, oh my gosh, RKO! I didn't even know that RKO. Randy Orton. All right. Anyways, as soon as she was about to destroy the last one, uh, Johnny, played the messages of like the Earth, like all the Earths that she destroyed, and like her Earth as well, like telling her like, basically telling her like, remember who you were, and like Galactus or whatever. And she just flies off, and so the new plan is, since every single thing is destroyed, because they were gonna transport Earth to like another universe. I was like, so every single like transporter is now destroyed now, and so the new plan is, since Galactus wants the baby, so before they come up like set this in as a plan, there's like a whole like amazingly like acting scene between Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm, and Reed, talking about like him, like he has thought about it, like doing this plan, um and it's like, bro, I can't do any injustice just by talking. Y'all just gotta watch it. And so they come up with a plan that they're gonna put Franklin. Here, I'll just, yeah, that's later. So they're gonna put Franklin right there in the middle of the transporter thing, and they're gonna, as soon as he gets him, they're like gonna transport him like out to like the far reaches of space, because he has a spaceship, but he came down from the spaceship. So yeah. Um, and then before that, there was like a whole side plot between the Thing and like this one teacher, and then guys, what's this, guys? If I speak, I'm in trouble. Anyways, and then so Galactus comes. He looks at the Statue of Liberty, and I really think about it. I was like, what the frick is he gonna? Is he gonna like destroy it or something? It's like, I don't know. So basically, the whole plan is about to work. They have like, so Franklin's in the middle. Galactus comes down. He scans whatever to see where he is. He goes to it, and then like Fantastic Four attack him to like blind him. Johnny like flames his eyes to like blind him. He takes the real Franklin, flies over to the Baxter Building, and then Reed puts like just an empty baby, like a baby thing. What are they called? A baby basket. I'll just call him a baby basket. Baby basket. Where there's nothing inside. He's about to step on it, and then he realizes something. And then like Galactus like looks over again. He scans and he sees that he's not there, so he walks away from the teleporter thing. So they actually gotta work. So basically, and Herbie is like guarding Franklin. So Franklin and Herbie are in the Baxter Building. He grabs Franklin, baby Franklin, and then he walks away. And then Sue finds like a good spot, and she like uses her powers, and like she was like going crazy, bro. Man, she was going crazy. to like get Galactus back on the transporter thingy. And then Sue was like, get Franklin, and then Johnny, freaking Reed, and the thing all go at him. And if you're wondering why Reed's clothes are stretched, Galactus literally stretches him out like a thing of like Play-Doh and stuff, and he's about to kill him, and then like the scene where it's like, say it, I don't wanna say it, and it's clobbering time. It flies in, you know, and so they get him back on the transponder thing. Reed gets the baby. He's going in, and it's like, oh shoot, it worked. But no, he comes back. He's fighting it. Comes back out. Johnny, I literally thought he was about to die. I'm not even joking. And so Johnny was about to sacrifice himself, and the Silver Surfer knocks him away. Freaking Silver Surfer tackles, spears Galactus through the little transporter thing, and now they're both lost, like at the far reaches of space. And then there's this scene where like Sue is like actually dead, like she's no breathing, no pulse, no anything. And then a really good acted scene as well from Pedro. You know, he's like, Sue, don't leave me. That reminded me a lot of the freaking Amazing Spider-Man scene where Peter finds Uncle Ben shot. He's like, Uncle Ben, no, don't leave me, Uncle Ben, Uncle Ben. Bro, I was like, bro, that's crazy. So basically, the thing puts, because Franklin's crying, so he puts Franklin on top of Sue. She's crawling on him, and then like he puts her hands on her. All of a sudden, she starts moving. Her eyes are like glowing, and her eyes go back to normal. So it's like, Franklin, bro. Franklin the G, and then there's like this scene where they're like like a couple months later or something, a couple weeks, they're about to do like the TV show thing again, and then like with Franklin this time, and then like their alert things go off on their watch, and then they go off, and then the curtain opens and they're not there, and the movie ends. It's like, bro, before we get to the post credit scene, bro, this like, oh my gosh, bro. There's been like two movies back to back where they introduced the Marvel's next like biggest like strongest superhero now. Thunderbolts with a Century slash Void, and now this with Franklin Richards, bro. I was like, oh my gosh, bro, this go crazy. It's a pretty good movie, and so um every actor was really good. Every character is utilized to their best, except for maybe a little bit of the Thing. A little bit, I thought they could have used the Thing a little bit better. Other than that, the movie is amazing. You could say it's fantastic, or I'll stop. And so basically, I was waiting for the post credit scene because my friend watched it last night. He watched it Thursday night review with his friends or family, with his family. And then he like showed me like, because I already knew like they had to show Doom in the post credit scene, so he showed me like the songs and whatever, and he zoomed in on the Doom question mark. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! The Doom question mark is like, what? All right, so is it Doom or not? Bro, Doom has to show up. He did not spoil me whatsoever. I was not on Twitter for the past like few days, like at all, pretty much. And so post credit scene song comes 4 years later. Sue is reading like some Darwin book or something, and so she goes to get another book. We hear a little noise. She comes back, getting ready, her hand ready to fight someone, whoever it is. She turns the corner, and it's freaking Doctor Doom, bro. Doctor Doom is freaking like, I don't know what his plans are for Franklin. I think my theories and other people's theories is that he's gonna be like the Molecule Man, like replacement, since we don't even, like, since we have not been introduced to Molecule Man in the MCU yet, like the Molecule Man replacement for Secret Wars and stuff. But oh my gosh, bro, bro, it's sad that there wasn't that many people in the theater where I was. It's probably because like people were just like not even off of work yet. But bro, yeah. There's about like there's like a good like handful of people though, at least like 20, 25 people. Oh, like 15, 20 people. But dang, bro, Bro, when Doctor Doom was shown, I was like, oh, oh. Like, I was actually yelling. Like, I was actually yelling. But yeah, that's Fantastic Four first steps. Obviously, there's signs and obviously, Janda's like being pushed for the future. Anyways, um, but anyways, other than that, minus all that out there, bro, this movie is pretty good comic book movie. Um, but yeah, please like, subscribe, comment, put on post notifications. Please like, subscribe, comment, put your faith in God, in the Lord Jesus always. Realize what's going on in the world. God bless you, Sazu, and yeah, peace.